Happy Valentine's Day, Paul.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to our viewers. Today we're going to talk about relationships. And that could apply for if you're single or you're in a relationship. I hope you enjoy our segment on relationships. My name is Annette Savoie, and I'm a holistic therapist. And what are you, Paul?
I'm a holistic health coach.
Okay. You can view us on www.annettehealing.com or
www.paulsavoiehealthcoach.com.
And you can also go on our Facebook, Annette Savoie or Paul Savoie. Okay, so our first item on the agenda. What is our first item, Paul?
First item. So, when we're talking about relationships, I guess it's people. How does a relationship?
I think you're taking that too seriously.
Am I now?
Yeah, I think we should just relax. You know, people in relationships, they tend to just, make it too serious and they forget to date.
This is true. This is true.
Mm.
So we need to keep the spark going and try not to focus on it too much as it being too much work, and that you're enjoying it, you're having fun, as we are right now.
Yeah, always having fun.
That's right.
Drink up. So the fact is that what I believe in relationships is sometimes we lose that spark, like you were mentioning, because we don't we take life too seriously, and we forget that just because you're two people doesn't mean you can't stop working on each other.
This is true. We feed off each other, and it's important to keep that, as I was saying, the spark going. So you definitely need to. It's about. We have a tendency, I guess, of setting goals in life. So why not set some goals within the relationship as well? So what is your ideal relationship, and then working from that and moving forward. So it's all about making it.
That's pretty good. So is that what you do when you meet with people? You make goal setting with them?
I don't think I've ever done it, but it's kind of maybe unintentionally it happens. But now I guess it might be more of a focus now to start setting goals as what it is that you're looking for in a relationship. Because we do grow as an individual.
So we must grow as a couple.
Exactly. Because looking back from where my experience anyways, from 5 years ago, I'm not the same person where I am right now. So the relationship needs to evolve as well.
That's true. Yeah. So we never stop evolving, and a lot of times people come, in my office, and they'll say, "Well, how can I improve my relationship?" I'm like, "Well, first it starts with you, because you have to take responsibility first, and then the other person has to want to work also. It takes two people, and that's where people kind of get, into a mess."
Exactly.
It's like the ideal versus the reality.
Yes, reality. Sometimes, yeah, you definitely get caught up in what you think is a relationship as opposed to what is the actual relationship, and I guess it kind of leads into a next point here of where you might feel stuck in the relationship because you're constantly thinking about where you were before, but that's not the true picture of where the relationship is today.
So that's a good way for people to move on. Sometimes when the relationship has expired, people have a hard time moving on, and it's because they're stuck in that what they think those pictures were, what at their best time maybe in their relationship, and they're stuck in that picture, and they can't seem to remove that picture. But do you think that it's because they think it was like that, or was it really like that?
From personal experience, I guess, I've had both, where the beginning of a relationship where everything is fun and exciting, and then after that, I guess you might. I probably had created a vision of what it is I thought it was, but realistically, it wasn't really there. So, but that's how you grow. That's how you grow as a person and as in a relationship as well.
Yeah, it creates experiences, and then we know what we want in another relationship too. So we need to use those as experiences, just like a resume. We build a resume.
Yep.
We get some education. We go get working and stuff. But people see relationships as, okay, a failure, but it's not a failure. It could be the end of a new phase in your life.
Yep. And it's not that it's any easy to go through a breakup when, like, with this mentality either, because you were with that person for X amount of time, and you were drawn to that person, and you've built something with them. So to release that, it's still going to be difficult. You'll still go through those different phases, but if you go with the approach of to learn something from the relationship, then that's a lot better.
And you have to make it fun.
Exactly.
So yeah, we have to see it that way, but yes, we have to understand we go through a healing phase. And what I usually try to do is change the picture of the person. What they left on wasn't what they wanted in their life, but they're stuck with the time that they spent with that person. But if we took it as, okay, well, I spent X amount of time with that person, it was a great time, but now it's ended because it didn't work. Sometimes people grow apart, you know,
exactly,
as we evolve.
This is true. And I guess what would be some fears within a relationship?
Why people get stuck in relationships? Well, mortgages, that would be a good one.
Yes, family commitments.
Yeah, kids. Sometimes the unknown, not thinking they could have better or that they can actually be happy by themselves. Sometimes that could be a reason.
Yep.
So there's many reasons why people stay together. When things are really not supposed to be met together. And I call that expired. It's almost like an expired relationship.
Interesting term.
Well, you know, you've expired that time.
True.
Because who says that every relationships are meant for a lifetime?
So how would you commit to the people that say, have you met your soulmate? And if you explain an expired time with somebody compared to a soulmate, how do you see that?
I feel that some people evolve faster than others. And if the other person, even if they were your soulmate at one point, they don't, evolve with you, then so you kind of go apart and it's expired. The time's expired.
You believe in having more than one soulmate?
I feel that yes, there could be more than one soulmate because we're in a learning as a soul, and we're here to learn. So sometimes we need to gain more experiences. Other people, they are able to find somebody and grow together, and other people, they're not able to grow anymore, so they need to experience another partner so that they can grow to the next step of their life. But I think we should not see it as a failure because one has ended. We see it as, well, that person at that time gave me what I needed, and it gave them what they needed, but now it's over.
But when you're going through it, it's a different story. You've got emotions mixed into there, so it's kind of hard to say it was an experience and now I'm going to move forward. There's some time. After some time you are going to see it that way, but in the beginning, it is.
No, it's true. Yeah, it is very challenging.
Yeah.
So, how do we bring that fun into our life? You know what they say, how to keep, what is it? What is that saying they say? How to keep that passion in the bedroom?
Oh, yes.
That's kind of weird, isn't it? Really, when you think about it. Why is it in the bedroom?
Because that's where the fun stuff happens.
All right, well, I bought this game. Now, this is fun. This game here, you just play with, I don't understand it really.
No?
I mean, can you explain to me why somebody would need to play this game in the bedroom?
It adds some spice to the relationship.
Well, I was thinking that this was kind of a weird game because really, I mean, do I have to tell people to give me a foot massage?
Maybe.
By playing a game?
I see it both ways. I see your point, but I also see that this could be if you're planning like a romantic evening, or a fun evening with your significant other.
Sing a love song. Sing a love song. Come on.
I'm not a good singer.
Oh, come on.
It's your dream to sing, so how about you sing one for us right
now?
No. We could put a Sitting Tail song on right
now.
Oh, no, not today.
Do it. Not tonight. That's not
not tonight.
going to happen.
That's for later on tonight.
Maybe later on tonight, yes.
After a couple more of those?
Yeah, a couple more wine glasses and I might be singing a love song.
Oh.
But seriously, I mean, tell a hot secret. I want you to tell me a hot secret.
A hot
Tell
secret?
the viewers a hot secret.
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
You're putting me on the spot here, Annette.
Blow in the ear.
That I can do.
Well, that's supposed to be a turn on? No, but seriously, Paul, I mean, when we're thinking about how to keep things interesting in the bedroom, first of all, why not in the kitchen? Why in the bedroom?
We could invent a game. Just spice it up in the kitchen.
Well, if you have any whipped cream, drink on that one.
All right.
But basically, seriously, okay, sorry. Seriously, what we're talking about is you got to keep things spicy and fun, because you know, if you're going to spend an X amount of years or your lifetime with somebody and committed to that person, then you have to make sure that it's fun, you know. And people take this very seriously. They're like, you know, well, we have to schedule it in or whatever. But what about if you're just having a good time? I mean, these games are all cool and everything, but why can't you just invent your own game?
True. But sometimes people need a little bit of help because they're not very creative, I guess, in how they can change things. And you get stuck in the routine. And that's why there's such a market for these types of games, because they're helping people get out of a routine, even if it is just for a day, for Valentine's Day.
And I think what happens is people play these games maybe at first, you know, where they're not so serious, but then bills comes along, kids and mortgages and this and that, and then people start to, you know, or what really happens is initially they're okay with opening up, but then they close off because they're afraid to commit further. You know, that's one of the fears that people have.
Why do you feel that they put up walls?
Well, because they've been hurt in the past and they don't want to get hurt again. Maybe they haven't learned to let people into their life they don't trust very easily. Trust is a big issue, huh?
It is.
What's your view about trust in a relationship?
I feel you should, if you're not able to trust that person 100%, then I don't know why you would be in that relationship. And I guess I was told not too long ago that that's kind of a bold statement, because how can you trust that person 100%? But for me, I don't know why you would want to be in a relationship if you can't trust them. So,
well, people, you know, they want to be in a relationship, and sometimes they're searching for a relationship, but they're not opening their heart up.
Searching for a relationship for the wrong reasons as well. Yeah,
that's true too. Maybe fill that void of loneliness.
You need to find yourself, I believe, first, and then after that you can
you just touched on a good point. I think that the first relationship you should marry is yourself.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I like that. This is true.
Why don't we have celebrations about that?
How would you celebrate that?
I don't know.
Glass of wine?
Like, Paul, I'm going to get married. Oh, with who?
Myself.
With myself. No, but seriously, I think that it's important that we love ourselves fully and accept ourselves fully, and then that way it'll be easier to accept and love another person. If we don't have the ability to love, it's because we don't have the ability to love ourselves. You know, and people talk about that saying, but they truly don't believe it. And they get into a relationship, and the person says, well, why aren't you opening up? Why aren't you showing me your love? Well, because they don't know how to love themselves, you know? So give ourselves a hug. Give yourself a hug. Come on.
Give myself a hug?
Yeah, give yourself a hug. Every morning you should do that.
Every morning.
And Valentine's Day is not just about couples. It's about loving ourselves too. You know, like when I woke up this morning, I looked in the mirror and said, wow, you're beautiful. I love you so much. Happy Valentine's Day.
It's hard to do.
Why? Am I not beautiful?
No, I'm just...
Are you... What are you saying, Paul?
I'm not saying anything about you. I'm just saying that the majority of the people, whatever, they would have a hard time looking in the mirror and saying, you look great, or I love myself, or... Then they shouldn't be in a relationship.
I know. You know, because really...
And you should. You should totally love love yourself, and that way you're able to move on in your life and to attract the person that you would want to, which kind of comes to a next point here of creating a list of what it is that you're looking for.
Ooh, the list.
So how do you create, I guess if you're not married to yourself, how are you able to create an accurate list of what it is that you're seeking?
Well, like everything, I think that we do learn as we go. Like, you know, nobody wakes up one day and says, I love you, you know, and they just totally love themselves. They learn through relationships, through friendships, through whatever, and then they build on that and they realize that, well, you know what? If I'm not okay with myself and I don't love myself fully, then how am I supposed to fully love somebody else? And you kind of work with that. But the list comes from, you know, dating the wrong people. We all know that. Come on.
It's happened.
You know? It's happened. You know, and we say the wrong people. It's not really that they're wrong.
At that moment in time, they were the right person because you had something to learn, I guess. And then after that, you kind of learn from that and you take that to your next.
Yeah, like I truly believe that if we're energetically, because everything's about energy, if we're attracted to somebody at that time, and if maybe they're the wrong person later, it's just because you've changed. Maybe you've evolved, or maybe you don't, or maybe you gain more confidence and you realize that that person is not a fit for you. Are they the wrong person? Maybe then, but they've expired basically. They were the right person at one time. So what people get caught up on is the list is about putting out there what you want, you know? It's
kind of like creating a vision board too, but a vision board based on relationships.
Yeah,
So
because if you don't know what you want, then you're going to attract whoever, right?
So what do you think about the people that have a tendency of, they get into a relationship but they change who they are, they end up adapting to
molding.
Yes.
Well, that happens a lot because we want to please the other person and we're so caught up with this romantic thing that sometimes we end up doing things that we wouldn't do if we were not in love.
But you can't lose yourself.
Yeah.
So there's a fine line, I guess, there. So I see it that you're getting to know that other person, and you might try things that they enjoy doing, but then it should also be reciprocated.
You're still your own person.
Yeah. So there's a balance there.
You have to remain in balance at all times in life, and it's hard to remain balanced. Like, you know, sometimes you like your job too much, and you end up becoming your job. And sometimes you become too much your relationship. Sometimes we become too much of a mother or father. We tend to do that, and I think you and I both work on that, a holistic approach, so looking at life as a balance and as a whole. So it's the same thing with a relationship. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean that you're not your own person. You know, it's two separate people that decide to love each other.
Exactly.
That's the only common thing that they should have, and they should evolve together by trying their, you know, different things. You know, like I can try something that the person might enjoy, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to be myself. You have to keep yourself, and I think that's what everybody's learning these days, is truly to be ourselves and to be okay with that.
Yes, and they totally should be doing that. And I think I do know of some people that have a tendency, like I said, they kind of mold to the other person, and then they kind of lose themselves.
Yeah.
But then when actually, I think for the people that I've kind of noticed that, that relationship doesn't last.
No. Because they wake up one morning, they look in the mirror, they go, holy jeez, who's that? Who's that? I don't remember who that is.
It's true.
So sometimes you have to kind of go on your own to figure out who are you again.
Yeah.
And then sometimes people you know what they do? Mistake number one is take that time to get to know yourself and what you want, the list, and be comfortable with yourself before getting involved with the relationship. Because if you go too quickly, you might not...
and as you were saying that, I kind of got a point here that the list shouldn't necessarily just be for the person that you're looking to attract, but also a list for yourself of what it is that you want to do. So again, it's kind of setting goals for yourself and trying to find the link between you and that other person that you're meant to be with.
And that's one thing you're really good at when you point out, when you see clients, you talk about, goal setting. Goal setting is very important.
Definitely.
And it's important as we say, the list people put what they want for the other person, but what about what kind of relationship do you want?
Exactly.
That kind of opens the door for a lot of things, because do you want it to be fun? Do you want it to be serious? What kind of relationship do you want? What lifestyle?
Yeah, what's important to you is basically what you're writing down on that list.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Because I mean, we have to look at every section, and sex is one of the things that people forget to look at. Because when you first start out, it's heavy duty and everything. But what if you're not compatible?
The chemistry has to be there.
Oh.
Definitely has to be there.
But do you think the chemistry stays the whole time?
Maybe not as intense as at the beginning when you first meet, but I think that is the whole. You need to put not necessarily a priority, but you need to allocate, I guess, some time or a percentage of your relationship towards that, because otherwise it will. It will
fade, because people fade into that because it becomes more of a daily routine, right?
Exactly. And a relationship shouldn't be a routine. It should be fun. It should be exciting. And not saying that it's going to be, like always like that, but you may have some highs and some lows, but as long as you keep focused on that and you are able to bring back some attention to it, if you are hitting a low, that you can go back and hit another high, then that's I think that's very important. Because we all get wrapped up into our daily responsibilities, and
at the end of the day, then your relationship suffers from it.
Yeah.
So basically, you got to take care. But I think if you take care of yourself, if you commit to your health, you commit to your work or your passions, or if you're happy, then most likely you're going to project that on your relationship as well.
Exactly.
It's when people become unsatisfied that they start to maybe bring down the relationship. So that's very important, that you take care of yourself.
Yes.
First, that's why I say we should marry ourselves. I mean, really, I'm getting married today. I'm going to marry myself. Yeah.
All right. Do you get a wedding ring and everything?
Well, no, but I think that you have to be comfortable with yourself. And once you can say yes to yourself, then guess what? You're ready to commit.
It's true.
That's what people should say. They should look in the mirror and say, am I ready to commit to myself? Would I marry myself if I was somebody else?
So is that the message that we want to relay today? About marrying yourself?
Yes, I think that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, let's end that on that note. Make things fun in your relationship. Laugh, enjoy. Don't make it so serious. Bring some fun to the relationship. Don't stay in the bedroom, because the bedroom will sometimes make it routine. And marry yourself. Well, thanks for viewing with us.
Thank you.
And as we said, I'm Annette Savoie, holistic therapist, and
I'm Paul Savoie, a holistic health coach.
And we will be doing these kind of segments on different subjects every month. So please view in our next month, which will be around Irish Day, I think, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
And one more thing, too, if they have any comments that they want to submit, they can contact us through our websites or email and comment on this clip. And if there's any suggestions on topics that we could talk about in the future.
Oh, well, you're pretty smart. I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
Well, have a great day and enjoy and marry yourself.
Happy Valentine's Day.